Hello everyone, welcome back to more 5D chess with multiverse time travel. Let's look at some puzzles, I guess, before we jump into a game, now that I sort of understand the mechanics. So I've seen this puzzle before. I haven't seen the solution, but someone described it to me and it makes sense, I think. So this is it's kind of funny actually that they have to show you 5 boards because unlike a normal chess puzzle, all 5 of these are relevant, right? The previous positions matter because you can jump to them. They're part of the 5-dimensional arrangement. Anyways, there's mate in 1 here. And it doesn't make a lot of sense, but I get it. Now that I've heard the explanation, I get it. I was trying to think about, I was thinking at first, okay, we have to move here. And clearly, nothing we can do on this board will ever lead to checkmate. Like, eventually, of course, you can, in ordinary chess, you could checkmate the king with a king and a rook, no problem. But this is not checkmate. He will just step here or whatever, or back here. Lots of places he could move. Mate in 1, I believe, means that we're supposed to only make a single move and checkmate him. And no, I heard the answer to the puzzle described to me, but it was by someone who does not understand the game because the move they suggested is illegal. They said, put the rook here. Can't do that. It would move through another rook. So I actually do not know the answer to this puzzle. And nothing you could do makes any sense to me. Like, I get it. The king can move I could move like this, and then he would just capture me. He doesn't seem great. Yeah, in this game, unlike regular chess, you're allowed to move into check for whatever reason. Capturing a king is just like, you lose the game, so you're allowed to do that if you want. But you can also move into the past here. But if you do that, you lose. Because you don't get checkmated, but you haven't delivered mate in 1. What in the hell? So, I mean, I can have 2 kings here. But then he just comes and gets me. So maybe what I should do is move backwards to like a similar spot to where I was before, but not one that is in reach of this king. So say here. And maybe the idea is that or I don't know. Let's say here. That this is, yeah. See, I've made a move, but not... It's still in the past, right? It's only 1 move further. Like, mate in 1 from this position means you should have a checkmate at this turn. Turn 4. Right? Because we're on turn 3 now, and mate in 1 means we should make a move in turn 4 that is checkmate. So if we want to step into the past and screw around, as long as we don't get to turn 4, we haven't failed mate in 1, I guess. So I'm not totally sure what I'll do with this extra king, but it seems like the only move I can... Well, moving the king backwards in general seems like the only move I can make. Okay, yeah. So far so good, right? Am I going to build a wall of kings? Is that the idea? Like, I want... Oh! I could move back here. Hang on. Which... We said I want checkmate... I want to deliver checkmate on turn 4. So if I step over to this parallel dimension, I don't think that'll help, because then there'll still just be 1 king there, right? If I said move up, I could drop him, I think. Could I drop him right on top of this king? Because the king's leaving anyway? Could I do that? No. But I could like go here if I wanted. But then... What? I could do this. No? Why not? I don't understand. It seems like I should be allowed to do that if I want. Oh, I can't because the receiving or sending a piece both count as a move, and this board has already had a move on it, so you can't receive one. Or a white move on this turn, maybe? I'm very puzzled. So I think what I'm supposed to do then is keep sending kings back into the past. Maybe? Until I form... No. I don't understand why I can't move this king. It lights up saying you can go there. Like, I wanna move this king there. I can't. I can move this king. I can't move the king. Did I lose? It didn't say. It says puzzle incomplete. Okay, so maybe my idea about being allowed to go back into the past without delivering mate, maybe that is not a correct understanding of the puzzle? What the hell is this? Undo? I don't know. So this rook can only move to any of these spaces. And very clearly, none of these delivers mate in one. The king can move to any of these, what? 15 spaces? No, 16. 8 in this dimension and 8 on the previous turn. And obviously, nothing in this dimension delivers checkmate, right? That's just no good. Right? If I say submit move, it says you lose, right? Puzzle incomplete. So the only legal move is to, possible winning move rather, is to move this king into the past. But none of these checkmate him either, right? They don't even, I can't even deliver check except by doing this. And then, like, he just takes it. I'm putting myself into checkmate. That's why I'm not allowed to submit this move. Because a white king here is in check. Not from this king, who's never allowed to move, but from this one, who could go back in time and nab him. Okay, so if I submit this, I'm no longer allowed to do anything. I don't understand the puzzles in this game. There's no show me the answer button. It's just baffling. So I guess we're not doing any puzzles today. Let's just try another game. Well, I don't know. Let's look at Rook Tactics 2, right? Okay. I mean, where are the kings? There are 2 here. And it's mate in 1. Now, am I allowed to make a move here? Is this part of the puzzle? If I do, what happens? Okay, I can still make moves here if I want. Got it. So I must make a move on this board, and I may make a move on this board also if I choose, I think. What is your pawn doing on the back rank? Pawns don't do that. Okay, this is a cool trick, though, what the rook did, right? The king was kind of stuck up against the wall, and so the rook stepped to the side here, right? And then jumped back in time to stand next to its old position so that there are two rooks in a line, and now this king is checkmated in this dimension and has to flee. That's kind of a cool thing to keep in mind. But I don't see how to do this. Right? A move here seems completely immaterial to any of the boards. What on earth does moving my king accomplish? It seems like nothing. Okay. But it's free, so let's move it, I guess. I'm supposed to, I think, do something with these rooks. Because moving this king, again, into any dimension would not do anything interesting, I'm pretty sure. Isn't there some view where you, like, don't have to see your opponent's boards? Because... what are T and Y? Maybe the parallel, I don't know, whatever. But so moving one of these rooks, like, they almost can't go anywhere interesting, though, right? This one could go here, but this king can just move to c4, right? I'm just, like, absolutely flummoxed. Okay, so let's say I submit these moves. Puzzle incomplete. Yeah, I didn't solve the puzzle. Alright. Show me this mate in one again, and there's only so many moves you can play, right? We're over here. Can't move the rook anywhere except, I don't know. I don't want to brute force all 24 moves and find out which one of them was checkmate. But I kind of do want to, right? That one wasn't. Because obviously I can see that none of them are checkmate. It's very clear to me. And so I'm just going to try them all. And if one of them is checkmate, then I will have learned something very exciting. And if none of them are checkmate... what? I see. I think. I don't, though. Why is this checkmate? Now, obviously... what? He's not even in check. Is he? Oh, well, no. There's not even any other kings in another dimension who could parachute in on him or anything. Why is this checkmate? What the fuck? It's not even like stalemate on the board. Because I understand in this game, like, being unable to move a piece is what is actually checkmate. Even if your king's not in check. If you can't make a move, you lose. Right, there's no concept of check. Your king can move into check if he wants. He just gets captured and then you lose. So if you lose a king, or you can't make a move, you lose. He doesn't seem to be losing a king, and I don't understand why he can't make a move. Can't he go here? He could just go there, right? Oh my god! Okay, I finally understand the puzzle solution that was given to me early. This rook on this square, he's not attacking this king at all. The problem is, there's nothing this king can do from this dimension to, on the next move, stop my rook from traveling back in time to the start of the puzzle and capturing the enemy king. You can't move this king. Okay, so now I understand what they were saying in the rules about how it's useful to attack pieces in the past. They don't mean to move a piece into the past, or attack a king in the past. They don't mean to move a piece into the past where it attacks the enemy king. They mean to, from the present, attack the enemy king in the past by threatening to travel through time and take him. Since the past can't be altered, you can't ever drop a piece into any of these boards to block this attack. Right? I was saying, well, if I have a bishop pointing at your king, why can't you just drop a queen in the middle to protect him or whatever? And that's true, you can. If he's pointing at your king on a single board. But if he's pointing at your king backwards in time, then you can't ever change this history. The king will always be there, and you can't put a piece in the way to stop me from jumping back in time. So the only way to resolve this check, right, which is what this is, would be to take this rook in this timeline. But you can't, because your king is here. He can't reach the rook. That's why this is check, and also, therefore, checkmate. Okay, wow. What is miscellaneous timeline invasion? Do you start with, you start with 2 timelines. All right, I'm just gonna keep playing like simple games, please. Like, is random just like Fisher random or something else? What the hell is this? Okay, what? I see that it's like fair. We have one board that's balanced. And we each have one board where we're completely dominant in pieces. All right, I need just like small boards, please, for a while. Oh, am I white all the time? Is there some way to make it random? Oh, that would have been practice anyway. So I want a CPU match, random color, weak AI is fine. I don't need to play against someone good. Ooh, timeline formations. Yeah, so this I think is when you could get like, who knows? I don't know. I just want a really simple game with a weak AI. I'm struggling enough with the rules. And once again, we're white. Fine. I still liked how this opening went. This time he didn't capture, he pushed. Seems fine. I could take here, but I'd rather you take me and let out my bishop, so I want to do something else instead. I don't want to open up the e-file for this rook. What if I just push this pawn? He's well protected by a knight and a bishop, and this pawn... Well... Actually, this is bad, isn't it? This pawn is under attack twice. Oh, but he's defended twice, too, by my pawn and my queen. Right, this pawn and queen attack, but I can still... I think this would be fine. I guess my bishop was sort of overloaded, huh? He's defending this piece of the pawn on b2 and the pawn on e3. And I need him... Oh, I don't need him here, do I? This pawn is defended 3 times. And only attacked twice. Yeah. So I can use, I can do what I said I wanted to. I can take advantage of my bishop being uncaged. Now here comes the queen. Doesn't seem great since I can just take it with a pawn. I think I'll do that. And now you're grabbing my pawn. Oh, I guess I was wrong. This pawn was being attacked 3 times, not just 2. I missed that. Right, the bishop and the knight were both attacking it as well as the pawn. But that's fine. I'll just grab your completely undefended rook. And I have, like, a pretty serious material advantage, don't I? I don't know exactly how all the timeline stuff is going to go. Right, show me a history view. Can I get a queen to, like, this space at some point? Well, no, I guess not. Also, how can a queen move in the past? We kind of, can she only move in 2 dimensions like the bishop could? Or can she move diagonally and also in the past? I think she can, right? She's like the king. She can move in any number of directions. Yeah, like she could move along this diagonal and also in the past to land on this queen if I wanted. Doesn't seem good. Don't want to do it. Just like trying to understand the rules. Because what I want to do is open up like enough. I see. So the rook tactics puzzle made me realize that if you can ever get a major piece onto a square where the enemy king ever was on that same timeline, that is check. You can do a bit better with major pieces, like, or with bishops and queens. Like, if I could get a bishop here and also have all these pawns cleared out of the way, I could be attacking the king in the past, for example. I don't seem to have that position now, just like something to think about wanting to perhaps aim for. At the moment, picking up a pawn seems like a totally reasonable thing to do. I'm in check here. I really could not care less. Let's move the queen in. Because now, I think, if the king ever escapes, I can just chase him. Jump onto the square that he was on and still be attacking his past self? Question mark? Anyway, I'll grab this bishop on the way. And it seems to me that taking this knight and attacking the king is very useful. Right? For the reasons I've just been talking about? He'll have to run or else go here, I guess, which would be not that useful. Checkmate. Why? Okay. I guess I must have my sights set on one of these kings in the past. Yeah. Like, maybe... So let's just suppose the king moves here. I think if I actually make that move, it'll show me the checkmate, but I want to find it for myself first. So imagine this king moves here and doesn't even leave the dimension, just like walks away. Then what's this queen gonna do? She can move diagonally backwards through time and files, landing here, which is an open space. The bishop's already gone, so it's not in the way. Then here, which is open, and then here. So she should be attacking this king on turn 5, and nobody can stop her. So let's test that theory. And I'll say the king gets out of the way by going here. The queen is now in a completely immutable timeline. No one can ever... Well, why not? Why can't someone from this timeline get to her in time? Right? So obviously a move like this is no good, because now the only timeline is one where it's my turn to move and I can take the king. But it seems like... Okay, I think you're still dead here, but why don't we have to play it out in this timeline first? Like, I need to now protect my queen from being captured because she's threatening to kill you. And it seems easy to do. For example, I could, like, move here. But... like, it should... I feel like black should get a turn here to try to capture my queen. And he could use that turn to go back in time again, and then again. I don't know. I'm kind of puzzled. I understand why I'm attacking the king. I just don't understand why it's checkmate right away instead of after this timeline is wrapped up. Maybe I'll go reread the rules on checkmate. Rules. As long as it is their turn in the present. The earliest board without a move on any active timeline. What happens when a piece travels to the past? A new branch is created. Okay, so how do you... oh, I see. These are pieces that are like advanced bishops, but the queen is like the best version of those because she can move 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 dimensions, just like the king. Okay. Oh, and it says rook in 1 dimension, bishop in 2 dimensions at once. Okay. So how do you... okay. A piece of available moves... okay. Interpreted coordinates... uh-huh. If a player has no way to end their turn, no way to move the present without leaving themselves in check. Is there no way to move the present? But in that game, the present was like... there was a timeline before that was earlier than my queen attacking. It's very strange. So you can actually play against... I don't know. Against other players? The passcode is... alright, sure. Okay, well, we're gonna play as random again. And we'll play another small one, and maybe I'll try a standard game in the next video. I don't know, we'll play against regular. The trainer seemed very bad, and I'm getting the hang of the rules at least, even though I'm not good at it yet. Oh, I'm black, I give up. Haha. Okay. So, you've pushed your A pawn. I was a fan of pushing the D pawn. We'll see how this goes. Okay, I guess I don't mind opening a file towards your... it's not really opening a file, actually. I could push. I mean, I don't know, whatever. I don't know the opening theory. And you have captured. That seems fine. Now, I actually would love to open up this file towards the enemy king. It's only half open because there's a white pawn here, but I can sort of push through white pawns more easily than my opponent can, because I can just take them. Okay. So I think in that last game we didn't do any time travel at all, except at the very end to deliver checkmate, which is kind of interesting. And what's happened here? You've now pushed your e-pawn. I don't want this rook getting active, I guess, so let's just keep it closed again. Here comes a knight. I don't know, let's just get rid of the knight. Let's look, by the way, though, at what my time travel moves were. So I could have gone... What? I could move normally, like so. Or I could move 2 along this file and then 1 into the past, landing here. Doesn't seem that good. Why can't I move 1 into the past? Or 2 into the past and then in one other direction? Because these spaces are all covered by pieces. Okay, so let's just take this knight. You've recaptured. Seems very reasonable. But now I have this very appealing looking pawn, and I think I want to push that advantage. Well, that hasn't done anything too amazing, has it? Like, I can take here, but then you take with the queen, and then I'm, like, sad. So I don't want to do that. My pieces are very trapped. Like, they can't go anywhere, so I kind of want them to go in the past. I just don't know where. Because there isn't... I could put a second queen on the board here if I were willing to kind of like abandon this timeline, right? Like so. And now there's this timeline where I have 2 queens. But there's also this timeline where I don't have any queens. And I have this pawn like positively breathing down my throat. Down my neck? Is that what you say? I don't know. I don't like that very much. I'm just going to shuffle the rook and see what happens. Okay. You're also shuffling the rook. Now, maybe this rook, though, I could stand to duplicate. Although I can't do anything with him, so what exactly is the point? Right? I could put another rook here. Why is he moving so far back? Oh, I see. I could have put him here. But I chose to send him even further just for funsies, I guess. Which is kind of interesting, because now this board in which I have a disadvantage is farther in the future, so we get more moves going on over here where I have an advantage. I don't know, we'll try it. So what's happened? It was your move, and your queen stepped up to take my pawn. It seems disastrously bad. Why would you make such a move? I really, really like taking with my queen here, because on this turn, she should be able to step, like, to here and pin the king in place or something. That's not checkmate, though, right? I don't know. It's kind of weird. This seems fine. You're going to have to make a move on this board first. Then you're threatening to retake with this queen. Ugh. But I can take this queen first, I think. Can you jump forward in time? I think so. So I could just grab this queen? I don't know. All right, so what did you do? Your rook stepped up. I could take your rook, but If I do that, this queen will be threatening to take my queen, which I don't like very much. So I think I would prefer to take your queen. Oh, right, but it'll still be here on this board. So... what if I went back here and grabbed this queen? Does this board position look good for me? Not really. This bishop just takes the queen, and this queen is still not really getting anywhere. I could take this with the bishop, and then I threaten discovered check. I guess? I don't know. This seems fine. I really haven't made much use of these duplicated rooks, though. Alright, let's do it. Alright, it was your turn, and you moved a bishop across timelines to have a second bishop in this game. That doesn't seem very productive to me. Hang on. Why aren't we supposed to move here? What? Oh, no. What? It's white's move here, so why am I being allowed to move here? Is this game dead somehow? What happened to this universe where I have all these queens? I'm not allowed to do anything anymore. What? Wait. Okay, all right, I'm not allowed to undo move. I wanted to see what's going on. What's this button do? It takes me to the present. Okay. Why is this timeline marked in black and not active? All the other timelines are purple. This one's black. And what happened here was what? This queen arrived from... where did she arrive from? I've lost track of... oh, she came from here. Yes. She moved from here to here, creating this branched timeline. And in this universe, it's white's turn. Is there some reason white can't make a move? I don't think so. You can't take with the king, because then... well, maybe you could. I was thinking then this queen is threatening you, but she's not allowed to move anymore. Is this queen threatening you? I don't think so. No, of course not. There's no way she can ever in one move get to a square like this. So I'm sort of puzzled. The king seems like it should be allowed to take, and so should the bishop. But it's not... this isn't the present for some reason. Alright, I mean, I'll just kind of play along here, see if I can do something cool. Let's take this guy. My queen is not looking so useful here, actually. Well, she's kind of blockading the pawns. She's keeping the position closed. Because right now, nothing can really break through. My opponent can't move any pieces to do anything useful except to sacrifice them to take a pawn. And can't move any pawns at all. But if I move any pieces, I guess I'll just shuffle with my king. I could, like... I could sidestep with the bishop to here, if I wanted. But I don't see that as being very useful. I'm just going to shuffle here and see if something cool happens. What the hell? Alright. So I'm in check. The queen hopped across timelines. Yes, that's a legal move. Okay. and took my bishop. Oh, that's pretty bad. Because if the queen can ever get to here, she'll be attacking my king in the past. I still don't know what the hell's going on with this board. But I don't really care that much if she attacks my king in the past, because I have plenty of rooks here to take the queen when she moves into that space. So this would be, I would lose, right? 2 checkmates. Oh, she's attacking this king. Oh, no. Well, she's not right now. But if she gets another move, she will be, right? So I think I need to send my queen chasing after her. Yes. This queen, as I, of course, knew all along, was defending this bishop. Okay. All right, sure. That seems productive, and I put him in check. And then you... That's a weird pawn capture, buddy. That pawn moved backwards in time and sideways in dimensions, a sort of diagonal move, which means he's allowed to capture with it, standing in place and attacking my bishop. So we've forked off a new universe from here, where instead of my bishop being captured by this queen, it was captured by this pawn. Okay, well, let's get my rook over. I made this rook for a reason, right? I could step up with the king, but I want the file. Ah, and so this was the only board that required a move. But as soon as I moved my rook over... So... Why am I not allowed to submit? Where else am I supposed to move? Here? This is the present now. Why wasn't it the present before? What? This was like stalled for some reason, right? I made this move, and this timeline was black, and I didn't know why, and we played a bunch of moves on another timeline, and now suddenly this is the present again, and this shit's all happening in the future? I don't understand that at all. But okay. I guess I'll make moves over here then. It was White's move on these boards. No, it was White's move on this board, but he didn't make a move here. He made a move over there. And now? What? Okay, well, you took my excess queen. Good on you. I think I'll just, I just want to do nothing weird here, because I feel like on this board I have a pretty good advantage. I can later jump onto this space more or less uncontested. Yeah, I have mate in 2 on this board, because he has to move this king to avoid checkmate, or to avoid being captured. And then I can move here. And then I threaten to take his king, and there's nothing attacking me. He could move this rook up to defend this space, but then I just take the king. So I think I have mate in 2 on this board. So I just need to not mess anything up too badly in the past to let him kill me sooner. So that's why I think taking this pawn is fine. Excuse me? He became in check? Was one of my queens in the future attacking him? I don't understand how to get a better... I want a view without the whiteboards or something, so I can better visualize the diagonals across time and space. But okay, I mean, this was the follow-up plan on this board. It always seemed pretty good, and we threaten mate in 1-2 after doing this. I win. Why? Why do I win? I think I see. I'm attacking... What? I'm attacking this king, right? Because once this king escapes, I move diagonally forward in rank and backwards in time. Yeah, forward in rank, backwards in time. Like, there'll be a new board here. My first step will take my queen from its equivalent position on the next board, from here to here. And my next step will continue in that same space, attacking this king. So indeed, yes. This king runs away anywhere, let's say here. Oh my god, I captured 3 kings all at once. That makes sense. There's diagonals, right? You're doing effectively the same thing, getting to the king's starting space in 3 different dimensions. Actually, that seems totally reasonable. Oh my god. So the fact that I had checkmate over here was not relevant because, well, I don't know. I had a faster checkmate here and just didn't realize it? What a weird game. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still laughing and smiling, so I guess I'll do another video of this. How about that? Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.